Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Paradox Virus here, joined by Scorch.
What's up, guys? Paradox Short.
And today we're doing the Phantom Forces Clipper tier list. New, official. So, yeah. So, this is very long, over 250 Clippers.
I'm Paradox Scorch.
Okay, dude. Now, there's a lot of Clippers here. So, this is going to be long, so we're going to have to just jump right into it. So, we already got Apex Jack here. Now, a lot of people don't know about this guy. Apex got deleted, but
Fucking sucks.
he sucked. He was not good. I mean, he just wasn't good. He was bad. He was below not good.
He was terrible.
He was fucking out. He was awful. Next up, spicing things up already with Artho. We already know where he's going. I mean, he is one of the best.
He is one of the goats.
Yep, one of the best Clippers in 2017. Really good. Next up, we have Rage Antic. Now, this guy's pretty mid. He's just your definition of a. He's just not good. I mean, he just isn't that good. As far as I'm aware, from what I've seen from him, unless he has some unreleased bangers, from what we've seen, he's not a good Clipper. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're below average, asshole.
Wow.
Next, we have Aqua. Now, this isn't Paradox Aqua. This isn't Rasco. This is Syndicate Aqua. And he is a pretty average. I mean, from what we've seen, if you want to go look at his Syndicate introduction, it's pretty good. I mean, he has a lot of luck-based clips, so it isn't too insane, but he's just average. Next up, we have 8 Anchor, who's famous for the 8 Anchor shot. Now, he is, I would say, average. He's basically similar to Aqua, but I would say a little less as good. I don't think he's as good, but they're pretty similar. Next up, we have Axel. I think Axel is
He's average.
I think he's top average. I think he's better than Aqua and 8 Anchor. As far as I'm aware, him and Aqua are very similar because they're both luck-based Clippers. I mean, it's just kind of how it is. I don't think they're good, but I do think Axel is top average. Next, we have Baconi. Now, he did send me this message here. Let's look at it. He sent this message right here that says, "Put me in S tier or I'm deleting all your clips in the community team Taj." So, unfortunately, looks like I'm not participating in the community team Taj, guys.
Oh. Youch from me.
I think he's definitely good.
Good.
I think Bacony is a good trick shotter. I mean, that's pretty much all he does. I don't think he feeds at all, so not much variety, pretty much just a lot of luck. But I think he's good at consistently hitting trick shots, which is definitely pretty good. So I think he's a good Clipper.
Yeah.
And so next up, we have Exotic Bears. I think Bears is just average, but I do think he's high average. I think he's probably better than Axel. I don't know. I think just because Bears has been playing for longer and has been a Clipper for longer, I think he just had more clips, so more to choose from, more to look at. I haven't seen much from Axel, so I just think Bears is a slightly better Clipper than Axel. I don't think he's good. I do think he's high average, though. Next up, we have Beast Blendin. I think Beast is good. I think him and Baconi are on the same tier because they're both in Stargaze. Stargaze was just a bunch of luck-based clips, but still insane clips, just very luck-based. So you can't really judge skill in that, but that still makes you insane. And I think he has a decent amount of. He's a good trick shotter from what I'm aware. Him and Baconi are very similar. I don't know who's better, so I'm not gonna change that. Next, we have Bleedin.
He's average for this time.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's very good average.
I don't know.
He's very
I think he's
high average.
I think Bleedin is high average. I think he's better than everybody right here. Next, we have Bluegrass Monkey, and we already know he's just not good. He was never good.
He had that one clip in the Team Taj.
I mean, at the time, standard-wise, he did meet standard, and he was average to good at that time. But overall, he just wasn't good. I mean, he was better at GFX than he was at clipping. So next, we have Babalaba. But okay, we already know Babalaba at the time is definitely high average to good. But I think overall probably not good because he didn't play that much. But I will put him right here. All right, next we have Cam Boner.
Good.
I think Cam Boner is good.
Yeah.
I think he really is just decent at everything. He was a decent feeder, decent trick shotter, or good, I guess. Good trick shotter, good feeder. I think he's just good overall. Next up, we have Awaken Cam or Rage Cam, one of the founders of Rage, wasn't he?
Maybe. I think so.
Yeah, he was really OG. Yeah, I can't really remember. I'm gonna put him at top of bad. Like he's like on iffy with good. I mean, I remember him just not being that good. So, and he fuck him. Fuck him. He's a fucking sack. Next up, we have Casey. So this guy's full of himself, all right? He thinks he's S tier. Let's take a look. Well, we already know Casey is good. I mean, we already know he's definitely up here. But is he better than Beast Blending? I think so, yes. Is he better than Baconi? I think so, yes. I think he's top of good. I think Casey's top of good. A lot of these people right here, these three people are in a Stargaze. Stargaze was amazing. Just insane luck-based clips. But, I mean, still, I think Casey is a very good trick shotter. He's very accurate with trick shotting. Yeah, I think he's top of good. I wouldn't say very good, but I will say he's top of good, which is still a good thing to be in. Next, we have Rage Casual. I think Casual is just pretty average. I think he's right here. I think he's just a pretty average clipper. Next, we have Rage Kato. I don't think Kato is really that good. Sorry, Kato. You're just not that good, man. From what I've seen, you're just not that good, pal. You're not that guy. Next, we have Caesar, my boy, fat fucking Pikachu ass bitch. I would say not good.
Not good.
I don't know if I would say he's worse than Bluegrass. I think that's probably a good spot for Caesar. He's not that good. He doesn't really have that high standard. He's just not that good. Next, we have Paradox Petty, my boy. Now, this is a hard one because Petty is fucking good. He's definitely up here, but is he up here? See, it's very fucking good when you're an overall good clipper, meaning you can do it all around. Like, you are good feeder, good trick shotter, and have good luck. And that is Petty. He's a great feeder, a great trick shotter, and he has some pretty good luck. See, people are going to disagree with this, but I think Petty is very fucking good. Next we have Chan. I don't know if I'd say not good.
Probably below Baba Lava.
Like right here. I guess Chan is pretty average. He's just your average Joe. Next up we have Chiz.
I'll put it behind Kato.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I mean, at the time, like he was like 2016, 2015. I mean, he was like standard for that time, and he was good at the time. But overall, I mean, he didn't play that much, so I think he's just average. I mean, he's a good guy though. I like him. He's awesome.
Streets will never forget.
Next we have Clonk. He's not actually a pedo, but apparently he's silent aimed. You can't be doing that, man.
Yeah, we don't like silent aimers.
Yeah, we don't like those guys. No, we don't. Next up, we have your boy, Blue Cat is back. Cloudy.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I would say he's good. Do you think he's better than Camboner? Yeah, I would say Cloudy is better than Cambon. I think Cloudy's pretty fucking good. I mean, he just is good. He's a good feeder, standard for feeds. But he's a really good trick shotter. So yeah. Next we have Collide XE.
You know, we got Dragonov XE.
Dragonov XE. I would put him at good because at the time he was above standard. In 2017, he could have easily gotten Paradox. He was the best Dragonov clipper feeder. I mean, yeah, he was good. Collide was good. If you disagree, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Fucking hate you.
All right, next we have Common XE. So Common XE is the definition of average. Next we have Rage Comrade. I think he's pretty high average. I'll probably put him like.
Yep, right there's good.
I think right there's good.
Next we have Constellation.
Constellations, Paradox Constel. I mean, I would say Constel's good. All right, I think that probably right there is good for Constellations. I think he's pretty good, just really luck based. I haven't seen many feeds from him, so I think he's just pretty fucking luck based. Fucking asshole. So next up we have Crafty. Unfortunately, Crafty was a good guy, I think, but he just wasn't good. I would say right there is probably a good spot for Crafty. Alright, so now we have Banshee Infernos, one of the most underrated feeders of all time. Where would we put Infernos? He is very good. He's a very good feeder, one of the most underrated clippers of all time.
That's like ahead of everyone in good.
I think he's top of good.
Yeah.
I would probably have to agree. I think he's definitely a better feeder than everybody on here. Well, everybody in this list. I think he's a better feeder than Petty, but I don't think Andy and Artho. But I don't think he's very fucking good just because he was a decent trick shot. He could do it all, but he couldn't do it all good. He was a good feeder. He's good. Top of good. He's very good. Well, he's not very good, but he's good. Next we have Apex Crazy, and we already know this guy can only trick shot, and he was never good. So unfortunately, Crazy, you're top of bad, fucking asshole. Next up, we have Etho. Take it away, Scorch.
I think he's from New Zealand or Australia, but yeah, he's pretty cool.
That has nothing to do with the clips. So I think Etho's Andy 2.0. He's not as good as Andy. He's a better trick shotter, but I think he definitely deserves to be up here. But is he better than Infernos?
No,
You don't think so?
I think Inferno's is better.
Next up, we have Christix. I think he's honestly top of not good. I mean, I've only seen he just hits collats, which really you can't judge. So yeah. Next, we have Hypix, and also I know Hypix is probably a definition of maybe not good, maybe average. I would say he's top of not good, touching average. All right, next up we have Cyclos. Cyclos is probably the definition of your new average. I mean, he's got the triple trick shots, collat shots, and that's pretty much it. No feeds. Your definition of average. I'll just keep him there. I'm not going to move him up because he's just the definition of fucking average, okay?
I don't agree.
What do you think he is?
I think he's a fucking pedophile.
What? Next up, we have Danxious. Yeah, just because at the time, you know, those weren't super below standard, but I think Danxious is just not good just because at the time his clips were below standard, but
I got Glitch XE.
I would put him like right above Blue. Actually, I think Bluegrass is better, to be honest. All right, next we have Glitch XE. You know, you take it from here, Scorch.
He was my co-lead for sniper lead in XE, and or for player lead, I guess. So we're co-player leads, and yeah, he was pretty fucking good, like really good.
Like very good or up here?
Up like just good.
I think he's definitely top of good, because he could do it all. He's a good feeder, good trickster, has good luck. He's literally just good at everything. Glitch is very good. Very fucking good. But will I put him at very good?
Maybe.
The answer is yes.
I agree.
I think but is he better than Petty?
No.
No. Well, Petty also has way more clips, so it's pretty hard to compare the two. Next, we have Fungus as a clipper. All right, he's definitely average, but where would we put him?
I guess right behind Chan.
Next, we have Glimpse. I'll say Glimpse is definitely better than... Put him right there. Put Glimpse right there. I think Glimpse is just high average. The average is kind of hard to judge. Just know, if you're on average, you're just average, okay? Fuck you. The scores, look who we have next.
Oh, we got Legend. we got... okay, we got Paradox Spoon Handle.
We got the legendary Paradox Victor. Yup, Paradox.
Paradox Secret.
Okay, so on the real note, we're gonna like actually judge him as a clipper.
Yes.
So he doesn't have any he only has 5 on headshots that were hit in 2018. So after all the years he's been playing, he's hit pretty much nothing. He has a few good clips, like a 5-1 down ask and a collat cross map, but that's about it. I would say he's top of bad. I mean, in reality, he is. So, yeah. Sorry, Victor. Next, we have Exist. So I think Exist is just average. I would say probably around 8 anchor level. I think he's around that. I think he's pretty good, but he's just pretty average. So, yeah. Next, we have Kids Galaxy. So we have 2 galaxies. One of them's Kids Galaxy. You can just choose which one you want being the other galaxies. This one we're going to choose as Kids Galaxy as a clipper. So I think Kids Galaxy is, even though he was mainly an editor, so you got to give him credit, but his feeds obviously, or his clips in general, just weren't good. So unfortunately, sorry Kids Galaxy, but you're just not good, man. Next, we have TK Galaxy, the OG Galaxy. So he was definitely... You think he was good? I wouldn't say he's good.
High average.
I think he's slightly better in Comet, though, but it's really hard to judge when I don't really remember all of his clips, but I do remember him being slightly consistent with feeding. And he had that insane 8-on with quad headshot collat. So, I mean, he had some pretty insane clips, or some. I do think he's better than Chiz and Comet, but he's just average. Next, we have Samsara Juan. Would you say not good just because there's not much that we've seen from him? Or would you say like average?
He had some like decent clips.
I mean, every
he's
clip
also,
was that was in the TT was like decent. So I would say
yeah,
like
I'd say he had like low
I would
average.
say he's better than Chiz,
Yeah.
but I would keep him like right here. I think Juan was just average. Next, we have Immortal Dom. He's definitely. Would you say he's good or just? I would say good. I mean, judging by his best of, those are all like good clips. I mean, it is his best of, but like, I think he's better than Casual at least, and Bleeding. I think he's better than everybody on this list. Yeah, I think Dom is low good, but I do think he's good. I think he's better than everybody in average. So I think, yeah. Next, we have Falcon. All right, I think Falcon is just a definition of average, but I do think he's better than Chiz Juan. I think probably like around this area is pretty good for Falcon. He's just an average clipper. All right, next up we have Paradox Dark here, OG member, but he was not that good at the game. Let's be real. He really wasn't that good, but I will say he's average. I think he's better than Chiz. I think he's better than Juan. I think he's better than Fungus. I think he's better than Comet. I think he's better than Galaxy. I'm going to put him. Next we have Paradox God status. Now he really wasn't a clipper. I mean, he kind of was, but he was just really good at the game, and he did have really nice feeds. He couldn't trick shot worth shit, but he was a very good feeder. But will I consider him a clipper? How do we judge him? Should we consider him a clipper? Like, I mean, he had, like, judging by his feeds.
He did have like clips.
His feeds are good, right?
Yeah.
God says is good. I'll put him all the way up here. See, the thing is, he couldn't trick shot worth shit. He was just a feeder, and, you know, collats are just luck based, so you can't really judge that. But as a feeder, he was really good, had a lot of potential. If he, like, main feeding, or, like, it was a clipper before he was, like, comp, I think he would have been really good. But how good do we think he is? He's a better feeder than both these guys, I think. But I think these guys, like, they have more variety. I mean, they both can trick shot. God says can't trick shot worth shit.
Clips too.
Yeah, and more clips. So that's why I think right here is a good spot. He is very good, though. Next, we have Creep. Well, I mean, it's in his name. It says Creep, so he's probably a pedophile. All right, next up, we have Flamingo XE. I would say he's average.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have Paradox Druray. Mr. Paradox 30 FPS. The slide shot, radio tower, only trick shot, man dude. Now, where would you put Druray? You know Druray a lot more than I do, so...
Well, he's nostalgic for me, but
Don't think he's that good, though. I think he's pretty average.
I think he's high average.
Yeah. Yeah, I think right there is pretty good for him. Druray, he's just
Yeah.
average.
Paradox Aqua next.
Oh, now we have Paradox Aqua Orasco, main editor, but he also was a clipper. If you see his Paradox Aqua, his intro to Paradox, check that out, boys, if you haven't already.
His intro to reflex sniping.
Yeah, he was not bad as a player. He had potential, but was he a good player? Not really. He didn't hit many clips.
Quad.
He hit the first ever quad on Ravad. He had like an 11-man, multiple 6-ons and 5-ons. I mean, he's good at the game. I think right there is pretty good. I think he was just an average clipper. I mean, he was good at the game. He had a lot of potential. Just didn't have that many clips. He had some clips for a weak touch though, and so that's how I know he's average. All right, next we have Rage Eclipse.
He's pretty fucking good.
Think he was good or just average? So what would we put him? I think he's definitely good or like close to good. I think he's definitely like high up here. Like just because he has like way more clips than Bleeding and probably Casual, should I just put him high C? I think high C is good. I mean, he's not like insane. All right, next we have Disc. I think I'd consider him up here. Like, I think he's good. I mean, he's definitely like one of those luck-based fucking clippers. He has a lot of insane clips, but see, the thing is, Collide's just better than all these people. I just think Collide at the time, he could have easily been in Paradox. Like in 2017, 2016, he was fucking like he was the best Dragon Ball feeder, probably still of all time. So I think he definitely deserves a spot like up here. But okay, so Disc I think is slightly better than Dom in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it doesn't really matter. We'll just put Disc in front of Dom for right now. Next we have, oh god, we already know where we're gonna put that guy. That guy is a pedophile. Next, we have Samsara Purity, Geolite. Now, Geolite, okay, so it's hard to judge him because I've witnessed so many clips that he's gotten. Like, I used to play with him a lot, and he couldn't record, but he hit a lot of good clips, not recorded. But we're going by with recorded clips. I mean, he had some good ones. He had like 8-mans. He had that 720 cross map on Dunes from Water Tower. Multiple triples, a quad, like in the open. So he had some pretty good clips. But just to be nice to him, I will say he's average. I think he is. I'll put him right here. I think he's. Yeah, I think he's average.
Respectable.
I think that's respectable. We have Esco. I would probably put him like up here. Like I think he's pretty just average. I think
Respectable.
I think he has like the same skill level as a lot of people on this list. So a lot of people on average, there really isn't too much different in skill level if you're on average. But if you're high average, you're like close to being good, you know. Next we have Elite. I don't know about this guy. This guy's a fucking asshole. I don't know. Elite is just not that good from what I've seen. I've only seen like one montage from him. I can't find any other ones. So unfortunately, and what I saw, I think he's top of not good. It's just not too impressive. Next we have Krusty, the worst name in PF history.
Man, I just fucking hate this guy.
I fucking hate this guy. You know, he's a fucking pedophile. Fuck this guy. No, I'm just kidding on it. Alright, so Krusty can't feed worth shit, but he has some pretty, he has like 3 triple trick shots, maybe even more. 3 that I've seen.
I'm like behind Eclipse.
Yeah, just because he can't feed worth shit, there's no real variety. He only had like 1 feed that I've ever seen from him. You know, he's super luck based, but he does have a lot of insane clips, so you have to respect the insanity of his clips, but I don't really think that makes him a good player, so I would put him behind Eclipse, and I think he's average. Fucking asshole. Alright, next up we have Samsara Elo. So, we've seen a lot from Elo. He's good at the game. He's a good feeder. He was known for his spinny boys non-stops. He's obviously good at trick shotting and complex trick shots.
He's Spanish, too.
He's Spanish, living in Sweden. Just doxing him.
I'd say behind Casual.
Yeah, I think that's respectable. I think he's behind Casual. Just because, actually, you know what? Fuck you. He's behind Eclipse. Samsara Elo was a good feeder. He was also a great trick shotter as well. Krusty and Casual can't fucking feed worth shit. So we got fucking Elo who can actually feed. Now he doesn't have nearly as much and he didn't play as much as Eclipse, so that's why I'm going to put him below. But I think he is definitely high average to potentially even good. But he just didn't play as that much. He doesn't have that many clips. So yeah, I think that is a good spot for Elo. Next we have Fumi. Now he was not that good of a player, was he? Yeah, we'll put him top not good, because at the time he wasn't horrible at the game. He had like a decent amount of slide shots. He had that back-to-back, the first ever back-to-back-to-back collat. I think he's just top of not good. I mean, he really wasn't a main feeder. He was an editor. But yeah. Next we have Doggo. I think Doggo's the definition of average. I think he is better than... I think like I'll put him like right here. I think he's just the definition of fucking average. You gotta hit more feeds, man. You gotta have more variety, and you gotta show more consistency. Just not only insane clips, okay? Like collats and trick shots are cool and all, but you know, especially collats don't require any fucking skill, okay? You need trick shots and feeds focused mainly, all right, buddy? Banshee Lord. Do you know what team Banshee Lord was in?
Oh.
Like, that wasn't even usable. These aren't usable. Oh, what is
Wait, trick shot forces.
Look how big it is. What? I would even consider him bad. Alright, so next up we have Zen Shiloh. Or Trashy. I think he's up here. I think Shiloh is definitely good. I mean, he could do it all. He was mainly known for his fucking long ass trick shots and slide shots and barrier shots, but I think he's definitely pretty good. Like I definitely think he's good. Next up, we have ya boy Paradox Beerus. So take it away from here, Scorch.
Well, we all know this guy's a fucking pussy.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I gave him the virus.
Okay, but for real, yeah, this guy's been a legend, my mentor, my fucking pal, best friend, and yeah, he's just insane.
So clip-wise, how good am I, dude?
Yeah.
All right, that's all we need to hear.
Yes.
All right. Next we have Fuzzy, and this isn't Panda. Also, just want to make sure we clean out the trash real quick. From what I've seen of Fuzzy, I think he's top of not good. I just haven't seen too much from him. There's probably unreleased clips, but all the clips I have seen of released clips from Fuzzy haven't been that good. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, you're going at the top of not good. I have seen some good clips from you though. In fact, I'll put Fumi above you. Next we have Indian Sniper XD. Just because he can't feed worth shit, it's hard to judge like people who don't have that much variety, because it's just a lot of his clips are pure luck. I mean, his trick shots are nice, so he's definitely pretty good. I think he's average. Okay, next we have Hydro XC, Water Bottle XC.
Water bottle.
Water bottle. You already know where he's
XC.
going. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I put him in good tier. Probably right next. Probably over Infernos.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely high good. Touching very good, because he can do it all. He has some good ass feeds, some good ass trick shots. Well, yeah, decent amount of good ass trick shots, some pretty good luck. Do you think he's better than Glitch? Do you think he can go to very good? Yeah, so we're gonna put him right here at high good for now. So yeah. Next up we have Raze Ford.
Legend.
Do you think he's better than Chiz? Yeah, he was just average. Him and Chiz, I mean, standards were different at the time, and he was all right. Immortal Titan. I would put him high. I'll put him right there. I think it's good. He's definitely just average. Straight luck. I think he had like 2 feeds in there. He just literally has like your average like nowadays clips. Just pure fucking luck, no skill. Fuck you, asshole.
Wow.
Next we got Jogurt. I do think Jogurt is a good trick shotter. And for that, I think he is C, average. All right, next up we have Divine Immortal Ice. I'm just gonna put him right here because I've only seen a certain amount of his clips. I don't really know how good he is, but he has some consistency with 6-ons. He feeds with the M107 though, so that's a red flag. But he's very luck based, and I think he has a 6-1, which doesn't make him any better, but he's average. Next we have Jules, another guy that was in Stargazed, very luck based. I don't think he feeds at all. I don't think he's gotten a singular feed in his entire career, but I do think he's the best. No, I'm kidding. I think he's like right behind Ice. On average, he's just luck based from what I know from all the clips I've seen from him. Next we have Paradox Traditional, one of the best feeders in 2015, 2016.
Came back for a bit in 2018.
He came back for a bit in 2018. I mean, he has good rep. All right, man. He was one of the best feeders in that time, though it is hard to judge. All right, Traditional is definitely in good.
Might be the best person right there.
You think he's the best? And
I think Hydro's better.
I would have to
I don't
disagree.
know.
I think he is top.
I think Trad is probably the best one right now.
Maybe not, because he can't really trick shot that good. Traditional can't really trick shot. Yeah, I think he is very good, just because like in 2015 and 2016 he was like the best feeder, and he came back in like 2018, 2019 and was still fucking very good. Next we have Chironix. Finally, dude. Yes.
Finally, dude. Yes.
High.
I think he's good. I think he's
Yeah,
better
I
than
think
Camon. I think he's better than Shiloh too.
Yeah, me too.
What about Constellations?
I think he's better than Constable.
All right, I think Chironix is definitely good. I don't know if he's better than these people. He has some decent feeds in there. He's a good trick shotter. I think he's good. Next up, we have Thunder XC. Thunder XC, baby. I think Thunder's is not good, but I do think he's like... I think I'll give him top of not good. All right, next up we have Banshee Psycho, another very underrated Banshee member. Okay, I think Psycho is a very good feeder. He's very underrated, but yeah, I think he's a great feeder. I'm gonna put him behind Etho. Next we have Paradox Glow.
He was never in Paradox.
You can eat shit, buddy. How about that? You know what? Listen. Fuck you. He's like some 5-on actually. He has like 3 6-ons. I think Glows is right behind Rasco. He's just average. Glow is. For the time, he was like 2017. Just had like mainly just a feeder, and he had some decent feeds in there, but he used 5-ons and a triple on Crane. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Glow? Using triples on Crane? Now we have a Paradox Rays legend. Pam G. Pomage, dude. Pam G.
He's like the first Clipper I ever saw.
Yeah,
And
but okay.
he was pretty good too. Like he wasn't like a shit guy. Like
He was not a bad Clipper.
for 2015, 2016, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he just didn't play much, so it's hard to fucking judge. I do think he's better than Dark. I would put him like next to Paradox Collins. Collins is a good feeder too. Let's put him here. All right, next up we have Cyprix. This guy's a fucking dick face. I don't like him.
I don't like his playstyle.
He just plays like a dickweed. Now he's force respawning. What? What?
What is this guy doing?
I think he's just average. Oh my god, look who we have next. Paradox Pokey. Oh my god.
Oh my days.
Oh my days.
Oh my days.
Oh my days. Look who we have next. Paradox Pokey. We have the most iconic Clipper. He brought a lot of eyes. He brought a lot of people to this community. Listen, the reason why I'm going to put him in good.
He has a shit ton of clips though.
He has a lot of clips, though his standard is fairly low. He never had high standard. But at the time in 2016, like 2017, or okay, 2018, 2019, 2020, he's not good. Okay, he's like below average, or maybe average at best. But in 2016, in the early years of Fan of Horses, he was one of the best Clippers.
Oh, he was hitting banger after banger in 2016.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was very good. He had the first ever 9 on. Like, he was just all around good at everything. Has a lot of triples, has a lot of trick shots, has a lot of feeds. Like, he was very good at that time. So it's hard to rank him. Dude, how do we rank him? It's so hard to rank someone who just doesn't clip anymore. Because, like, in reality, like, a lot of these players have better clips.
Oh yeah, I know.
But it's like he's very consistent. I guess it's the same with Petty. I think it's just because it's respectable. Top of good. I mean, he has so many clips.
Yeah,
They may not be high standard, but
we're keeping him there. Pokey's now the king of good.
he's the king of good. Next we have Life.
Who?
Life. Okay.
Put that guy in who, man?
Was he better than Flamingo?
Yeah.
I'll put him right there. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, what a fucking prick.
A fucking asshole.
What an idiot.
Next up, oh shit.
Oh.
Gotta get that guy out of here. Then we have Eggnog. This is the non-pedophile Eggnog, because Eggnoman put a bad name on Eggnog, or Eggnoman. Yeah. So this is the OG Eggnog. I mean, he had like pretty much only Crane clips. It was just like I think he had the first ever back-to-back triple. I'm pretty sure that's what he was known for on Crane, and that's pretty much it. I'll even say Fumi's better than Action now. I'll say Eggnog's better than Fumi. Next we have Ray's Mind Party. Yeah, Mind was not good. I would put him like, I would say he's better than Eggnog, but I don't think he's good. Ray's Foul was a 2016 Rays Clipper. Well, yeah, Ray's Foul, but he is
He's
very
pretty
bad.
average for the time,
But-
but like looking in retrospect, yeah, he's pretty bad.
He's bad. Like he's bad. Next we have Daffix, who's mainly an editor, but he hit that one quad headshot. Since he was not mainly a clipper, we're just gonna put him in not good. I think it's respectable. Next we have Paradox Scorch.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take this one because you can't judge yourself. So I personally think Scorch is definitely in good.
Yes.
I think he's better than. I think you're probably like next to Chironix.
Respectable.
I don't know.
I think the people in front of me just have way more clips.
Yeah, the people in front of you play a lot more, like Chironix. Like they have a lot more insane clips, so you can't
Yeah, like Casey and Bacon, they have like.
I do
fucking-
think. Yeah, see the thing is, I do think you're a better feeder. You don't really have many trick shots, but
Yeah, I just was religiously against trick shots.
yeah. See, like we can compare like God status, like and you being a feeder. I do think God status is a better player, which is why I put him up there, like as in being like
He knows
KDR.
like the game better than me, but
Yeah.
I do have better feeds than him.
Yeah, but just because how good he was, like
Yeah.
actually, you know what? No.
All right, respectable.
So yeah, scorching good. You're a good clipper, dude. You're good.
Nice.
Next we have Cape. Samsara Cape. I don't think he's good.
Yeah, I think I'll put him in not good. Personally,
Yeah,
like right after Thunder.
just from what I've seen from Cabe, like he used clips from like years apart, and they all were like leftovers. There's a couple good clips in there, but at the time the standards were super high, and he wasn't meeting standards. So I think I would put him like right here. Next we have Paradox Marco. Alright, so Marco I think is average. Like at the time he was average. He just met Paradox standard back in 2017. Yeah, I think he's just like right there. I think he's better than Chiz and Ford, but I think he's like low average. Next we have Exotoxic. I think Exotoxic is just low average. Next we have Dan.
Damn.
I don't know, Dan's just average, but I think he's like high average. I think he's next to wait, which I think
Both
Rage Dan is
mid.
better. Yeah, they're both mid. Next you have Crooked, editor and player. He hit that fucking radio tower collat shot. Remember that?
I think he's just Paradox average.
I think like that's pretty. All right, next we have Scumpy. We have Apex Scumpy, and if you're OG, you remember this guy. He changed his name
That
to
was
Clear.
weird.
Yeah, he was weird. He was the co-leader of Apex, and then I took his spot. But his name is also Clear. But he was in Apex, and he was.
He was
He had-
god awful. He's like the worst. Like, I would put him in worst, man.
No, he wasn't that bad. He became decent. Like I remember seeing some clips. Okay, but he didn't have many clips, so he was just not good. I would put him in. In fact, I will put him in bad. Next we have Dave.
Hello and welcome. I just thought you'd like to join me at one of my favorite spots and places where I do a lot of
Man, Divine Dave has changed a lot.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if we want to say he's not good. I don't know because Chiz and Ford are pretty fucking bad. I would say Dave is average. Next we have Malik, the classic Paradox Malik.
Mixlick. I look up to Malik a lot. He's like one like the really like in my eyes I saw him as like a pioneer in like feeding and stuff. Like everyone looked
Yeah.
up to Malik. Like everyone tried to
Solid.
copy his like load out his skin. Yeah, dude, he's hitting insane clips.
Yeah, people still use his avatar on Cine's till this day. That has nothing to do with his clips, but he's just like such an iconic clipper.
Yeah, just icon, pure icon.
I will have to put him in good. I think he deserves good. He was very consistent with feeds. He was mainly just a feeder, but yeah, he could trick shot too, but he was mainly just a consistent feeder. I think just like bottom of good is good for him though, just cause actually we'll put him next to
I think he's better than Cambon.
we'll put him next to Collide. Is he better than Collide? Yes.
Yes.
But he's not better than Shiloh. I just don't think he doesn't have many insane clips. He was just very consistent with feeding at that standard. Next we have Hype XE. I think Hype is definitely he was a good feeder. He had that like 8 on with back-to-back collat 9-man on Desert. That was like his best clip, but he doesn't have many clips. He didn't play for long, so it's hard to judge this guy that much, but it was a very good feeder. I would actually even put him next to Elo. Next we have Max XE, also talking about fucking the most potential underrated clipper. This guy,
Yeah, this guy had the most potential in the world.
this guy is very good. I mean, very consistent. He was very good at the game with his. He was very good at CS, so I think it transferred over to fucking his very good PF aim. He was very good at everything. He could trick shot. He had like a 1440 collide cross map, many feeds.
Literally, like his fingers were just made out of gold.
Yeah. In fact, I think he's like. I honestly, and people might disagree because we haven't seen. I've seen a lot from him that he unreleased clips.
Me too, dude. Like I've seen a lot of unreleased clips. I've fucking been in many calls with him.
Yeah, we were in a team with him, but he just couldn't get montages out because he played on a fucking cube. He played on a damn cube.
He played on a fucking cube.
And just because of that, we're gonna have to put Petty over him. But I still think he's next to Glitch. But is he better than the Glitch? I'm just gonna have to say Glitch is better just because Glitch got more out. Like people unreleased clips. But Max, I do think he's still better than traditional. Next we have Apex Greenworm. Yes. Okay, guys. Let's get going. Alright, next we have Rage Milk. I mean, he's just average, like your new average. I think he's definitely like. I think he's better than 8 Anchor, but I wouldn't say he's like. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty much it for him. He's not better than Aqua or anyone above that. Like.
Next we have. Hale.
Oh my god.
I mean, insane fucking.
Yeah, like we gotta put him up just like high just because like I've never seen like anyone like hit those before.
Yeah, not better than these feeders though. These people can actually feed unlike your bitch ass. Hale.
Well, fuck you, Hale. You should have fucking hit some real clips.
Yeah, hit some real clips next time, you fucking asshat. Next up we have Paradox Mine, another OG member. Woohoo! But he was like barely in Paradox. Even in 2016, I don't know. He just wasn't that good.
He was also kind of a dickhead.
And he was kind of a dickhead. Sorry, Mine. You're just a fucking bitch. And next we have Flybid. All right, he's an editor, but he's also a clipper. He's just average. I think Flybid is just. I don't think he's better than Hale.
Yeah, I don't think he's better than Hale or Aqua.
I think he's better than 8 Anchor though.
Yeah, we put him like there.
I think that right there is pretty good for Flybid. Just, he's an average clipper like nowadays. Doesn't mean you're bad, but it doesn't mean you're good either. Next up, we have Firelord XE. So he was an okay clipper, but he's mainly a GFX guy, so I'm just going to put him in not good. I think that's pretty reasonable. I'll put him above elite. There you go. Next up, we have Paradox Death, an OG Paradox member.
OG, really OG.
OG Paradox
Ginger.
member.
He's also a ginger.
He is a ginger. He had no uploads on the channel, but he did participate in Team Tages, and he had clips that were on his channel, but unfortunately he deleted his channel, so we can't look back on those. But if you're OG, you'll remember his clips. He was actually pretty high standard for the time, but just because he doesn't have any more clips anymore, I'm going to put him right behind Firelord. I fucking hate Death with a goddamn passion, okay?
Rage Echo.
He was in Rage? Do you think he's not that good? Would you say he's average?
I
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll put him in not good. I think he's better than Firelord, I guess. But I think Gemini's mid as hell. I will say he's better than Thunder XE. I think Firelord would be up here at like not... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him right there. Next, we have Samsara Blanks, who really wasn't a clipper. He had like a few 6-on headshots in 2017 when 5-ons were standard, so it was above standard at the time, but he's a very good player, but that doesn't make him a good clipper. Fortunately, Blanks was never a good clipper, so therefore, I'm just gonna have to say he's a little bit better than Purity. Purity has a little bit more recorded clips, but I don't know. I think it's just fair to say like he's not bad. But just because he didn't have many clips, I think he had arguably the most potential out of any player ever. But I do think he's just because from the clips he's hit, which weren't many, I think that's a good spot. Next we have... Oh, take it over, Scorch.
Next we got TK Pigston.
Pigston, baby.
When he first started like clipping, he's always like been like pretty
Mid.
good at the time. and then like became mid. He's pretty mid for like a while, but like then he kind of like gotten better over time.
He did actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say he's better than Dave, but I'm not gonna say he's better than Marco. Next, we have Paradox Jubs, an OG ass Paradox member. If you remember this guy, you are super OG, okay? This guy was like, he got his intro out when I first was like finding out about Paradox, so this guy's pretty fucking OG. Okay, at the time, he was like the pioneer of complex trick shots in 2015. He's very OG, but he was not that good. But I mean, at the time, he was good. But it's hard to rate somebody like that now because he really didn't go anywhere. So unfortunately, I'm just going to put him... Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We'll put him right there. Next up, we have Adversity Lewis. Yeah, Lewis is very luck-based. He only had 1 feed and it was with the M107, so that just doesn't even count. So, he's just completely luck-based, but those are insane, like, standard. Like, a lot of his clips were, like, closer-worthy in his intro. So, it's... I would just put him up here just to be respectable for those insane clips. But yeah, he isn't a feeder. He can't feed worth shit. It doesn't mean you're better than anybody on this list. If you're on average, you're just average. Okay, sorry. You're like mid-average. All right, buddy. Fuck you. Fuck you, Lewis. Next up, we have Rage Matter. What? Rage Matter is just like your definition of an average clipper, but he is a cool guy. I like Matter, but he wasn't like insanely good. I will say he's better than... I would like put him like right next to Exotoxic. I think he's definitely decent, but I don't think he's like that insane. So, yeah, he's just an average clipper. Next up, we have Paradox Rage Guardian. Guardian has some pretty sick shots. I mean, that 2000 stud undermap was sick, but
It's pretty fucking baller.
yeah, it's pretty fucking pretty baller. But he has no feeds at all. He obviously can't feed worth shit, meaning he has no fucking skill in aiming, though he has skill in trick shotting. I will say he's a pretty damn good trick shotter. I do think he's better than Lewis. I think he's better than all these people. In fact, I think he's right there next to Hype. Hype is just better because he has more variety. He can actually feed. Guardian, you can't feed worth shit, but you have a lot of good clips. So I will say you're high average. Next up, we have Nikki. Unfortunately, Nikki, you're just not that good, man. I do like some of your clips. At least they're not super luck-based, and you had some feeds in there. But you're just not good. Next up, we have Paradox Shots. Paradox Legit Gaming 1080p. The Legend. Now, he is a main feeder, which is... I like him a lot. He was one of the best feeders in 2016. He hit the first... I think he hit the first ever 7-on. I'm not entirely sure. He was very good at feeding. Like, I mean, very good. The #1 feeder back in the day, so I think obviously there's a lot of respect there. I do think he's better than Collide. You know what? He's better than Malik too. Guess what? He's going up here because he's fucking... I fucking love him, dude. In fact, I'm going to propose to him tomorrow, so yeah, wish me luck, boys. Now, people may disagree with this because he can't trick shot. I do think he's like one of the best feeders, though. If he played the game more, I think he would have been really good. Legit, that's a good spot for Legit. Marry me, please. Legit, I fucking love you. Next up, we have Hellside. Only known for the rank up, I think it was 100 quad on Ravad. In open, which was absolute insane. But I don't think he was really good at all. Unfortunately, Hellside just really wasn't that good. He played on a damn, like... lamp, I think. I don't know. He played on something that was bad. It just wasn't meant to be played. All right, next up, we have Rage Triples. You already know where Triples is going. And very good. Triples is a solid, like, he could do it all. He has, like, so many fucking montages. I don't know if he has the most montages, but it's definitely up there. He could trick shot. He could feed. He had good luck. He is definitely up here. I think he is a very, very good player. And he's definitely... in top 5, I think. Next up, we have Exotic Talia. Let's take a look at Exotic Talia.
What the fuck?
I mean, she's pretty decent. I didn't know she was this good of a clipper. I guess now we know. Pretty good clips. Keep up the great work. And I think Talia is, I would put it like below average. I wouldn't say below average. I'll put it bottom average. Okay, whatever. I think that right there is fine. There you go, Talia. Asshole. Next we have Blitz. Now Blitz was not a good clipper. He really wasn't. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He wasn't bad at the game, but he just really wasn't a clipper that much. Next we have Pain. Pain is just not good. Sorry, Pain. Next we have Found. The overrated trick shotter, only hit barrier shots, couldn't feed worth shit, had the ugliest looking trick shots. But, I mean, he did have a lot of trick shots. He was very consistent and accurate with his trick shots. So I will say he's definitely average. I will give him high average just because I'm a nice fucking guy. I'll say he's a little bit better than Drew Way, but that's it. He was so overrated. Next we have Pugs, my wife. Now Pugs as a clipper, just not good. I mean, let's be real. But we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She is a girl. That's about it. Okay. Next up, we have Shenro. Okay, Shenro, we already know where he's going. He's definitely very good. Shenro is a fucking legend. He could do it all. I think he's up here. I think he's better than Glitch. Do we think he's better than Petty? Shenro didn't become like as good. Like Triples was better than him at a time, but then Shenro became really fucking good. But I think Triples was just really, really consistent, so I'm just gonna keep him above. I do think they're better than Andy just because Andy could only feed. Okay, Pandas. He was solid. I mean, Pandas was actually pretty damn good. I'll put him above Talia. I'll put him right there. I think that's solid for Pandas. Next up, we got Soundgarden.
Dragunov SVU GOAT, dude.
Yeah, he's not as good as Collide, but goddamn, he was good. Yeah, he had some pretty good feeds. I'm gonna put him a little bit just right above Dark, just because at the time he was really good, but nowadays he isn't. So I'll put him around Dark because those two were really good at the time, but they're not good anymore. So we're just gonna have to, even though there's a lot of respect, average. Next we have Paradox Cold. Cold is mid as fuck. I'm literally gonna put him behind Dark. I fucking hate Cold. He's an asshole. Fine, I will say he's better than God. Okay, fine. There, Cold. You happy now? Tweemite XE, guys. Next up, Tweemite. Where would we put Tweemite? Right here. Hey, I think Tweemite is mid to high average. I think he's pretty good. I mean, he's all right. He's a decent clipper. He's a better editor, though. Next, we have Matt XE, another pretty OG guy. He's pretty OG. Matt XE. He was actually pretty good feeder, but he doesn't really hold up anymore. But, I mean, at the time, so there's still respect there. So I will say he's definitely still average. I'm going to put him right next to Cold. I think that's just a good spot for him. Next up, we have Nexus. I think he's a new gen clipper. All right, Nexus is a spinny boy, your modern day spinny boy, nonstop man, which I really appreciate. So I definitely think he's definitely up here. I will say he is better than Found. All right, next we have Paradox Sky. Sky was good. What is he better than Malik?
No.
Okay, he's better than Malik.
Really? You think he's better than Malik?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think he just is. He could trick shot better.
Let's watch Malik's newest montage.
No. Malik can eat my shit for all I care.
What?
Yeah. All right, next up we have Divine Dife.
Dilf.
Not Dilf. I remember Dife being bad. And in fact, yeah, he's bad. I'm sorry to break it to you. Look, I'll put you right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dife, but you're just bad, man. Next up, we have Paradox Power. Now, he doesn't have anything on the channel, but if you're OG, you'll remember him. He was a 5 on headshot guy. He had 6 ons. At the time, he was actually quite decent. He's not bad, but just because he didn't get anything on the channel, I think, let's see, where do we want to put him? I think I'm going to put him in, I think he is average, just because at the time, he was actually a pretty damn good feeder. He was a main feeder, and he was pretty good at it. All right, next up we have... Who's this guy?
Turtles.
Exotic Turtles? That guy's weird. Turtles is really good now. He goes by Chloro.
Turtles?
Yeah.
Chloro?
I think he's definitely in
He's
good.
good. He's He's definitely one of the better feeders nowadays.
Yeah, he's one of the better feeders right
I
now.
think he's literally like the only feeder nowadays.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put him like all the way up here, next to God status. I think he's really good. Next we have Samsara Noah,
Also known as Gym Rat.
Gym Rat Noah, Powerlifter Noah, Beanos XE. I think Noah is pretty decent. I don't know. He's just not. He wasn't really crazy. He barely got in Paradox, but he's a cool guy, so good on you, Noah. Next, we got Phone XE or Elliot XE or Rage Elliot. I think Phone is definitely like, I think he's average.
High
I
average.
think he's around Drew Ray.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Found just because Found couldn't feed worse shit. So, yeah, Phone had more skill than your bitch ass Found. Eat shit, dumbass. Next, we have Pro Gamer Black. We already know this guy was fucking dog shit awful. Yeah. That's all we really need to say about him. Next, we have Paradox Panda, who really wasn't a clipper, though he did have some decent clips because he was just really good at the game and got a lot of high kill games, so he would accidentally get feeds. But unfortunately, he just wasn't a clipper. How do we rank a non-clipper? We put him in front of Blinks. Next, we have Paradox Fink, one of the GOATs. He was very consistent at the time. I wish he played more, though he didn't, and Petty took his spot. But I think he's definitely goes in very good because I think he was just because at the time he was like one of the best clippers. And yeah. Next, we have Foza. Foza, I would say he's not good, but I will say he's like top of not good. Okay, next we have Rage Neil. I'll put him right there. I think Neil's is not that good. He didn't really clip for long, and he was in Apex and Awaken, but unfortunately we can't look back on those montages or anything because those are gone. All right, next up we have Paradox Pump. All right, Pump, he had really bad FPS. He couldn't get any montages out, so unfortunately, you should have got a better PC, man. That's on you, asshole. But he didn't get in Paradox, so I will put him like next to Pugs. You know, you and Pugs can hold hands or whatever. Pax XE. Pax XE. All right, so we have Pax XE. He was actually good. I mean, I think Pax XE is good. Next up, we have Alcio Pinity. I think he's just not good. Unfortunately, he just wasn't good. Next, we have Nianix, one of the luck-based clippers that were in Stargrass. Stargrass was decent. So I don't think he can feed worse shit other than on Dunes, which really isn't that impressive. But I'm not talking shit. He's not horrible, and I will put him here with Ice Jules, and I'll put him right there. I think Guardian's better because Guardian can actually like feed a little bit. Nianix is he has a lot of insane clips, but I can't say it's good because all it is just mainly pure luck and abusing spawn traps to get collats. All right, Santi was actually pretty good. I'm gonna put him I'm gonna say he's like slightly better than Kato. They're both pretty good, pretty average. Next we have It's Chaotic Pikachu or Pika XE. He's just not good. I mean, he was just not good. Next we have Rage Skyline. As a clipper, he really wasn't that good because he didn't clip much. But, I mean, he was actually quite decent. I will say he's decent. He was decent. I'm just going to put him next to Rasco because he was around that same skill level. Like, he definitely had the potential. He just didn't clip much. So, yeah. Next, we have Anubis Mud, Rage Mud, Mud XE, Paradox Mud, Phase Mud. Yeah, he had like one good feed. I don't think he was that good. I think Pump was better than him. I think Gemini was even better than him.
Yeah, I remember in that feed he had, he was just freaking out the whole.
Yeah, he was freaking over a 5 on, but I will say like he's better than Gemini. Next we have Paradox Red. Paradox Red. He was actually good. I think he was better than Collide. I wouldn't say he's better than Malik, but he was definitely fucking good. Next we have Shine. Now this isn't Wave Shine. This is the new gen Shine, I believe. Shine is like your basic fucking new gen nowadays. I mean, he's good. I'm not gonna lie, he's good. But I'm just gonna put him like right next to Flybid. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think he's just average. Like your new average. Probably like more high average, but yeah. Next we have Pingu. Once again, Pingu is like your new average. I think he's just right next to Shine. Next we have Rocky, and we already know this guy just ain't good. Next we have Sin Pyro. So yeah, this guy ain't that good, but I think he's average. but I will put him like around, I'll say like around Noah. Next we have Romanji. This guy's OG. This one's pretty fucking hard to judge. I'm gonna give the respect to Romanji and put him next to Matt and Cold, because even though his clips don't really stand up, they're not good in today's age. At the time, he was good. So, like around 2016, he was like standard and above standard. So I have a lot of respect to Romanji, and I think right there is a good spot for him. Next, we have Fire. I'll say he's not good. Put him like right next to Pain. I'll put him right there. I think he's just not good. Next, we have Recoil. I mean, he's not horrible, but he ain't good. Put him next to fucking Fire. He's just not good. Next we have Sups, and we already know, I mean, he's around this, like, I would say he's like a slightly better than Hellside. He wasn't horrible. He was in Apex. We don't really know anything about, I mean, from what I remember, he was just not good. Next we have Foe XE. All right, so Foe, I think, is definitely, I would say he's good. I'll put him right next to Cloudy. Next we have Paradox Solar.
I love Solar a lot because he used to be known as Up Faster.
Yep, and Megu.
And yeah, that's why. And yeah. And he's British.
And he's British. Okay, but what about his clips? We're talking about his clips, man.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I think he was better than Collide, so I'm gonna put Solar in good. I think he was just good. He was good. Simple as that. He's good. He's fucking good, asshole. Next we have Pancake. I don't like this guy's name, so he's going bad. He ain't bad, but I don't think he's good. Put him around like Opinity level. Next we have Rage Raven. I would say he's around here. You know what, whatever. It doesn't really matter where I put him because everybody's average in this no matter what. I think he's definitely high to mid average. He's pretty decent.
That's honestly true. It doesn't really matter where they.
Yeah. Next we have Flaxian. He had a 15 man that was pretty good. I mean, it faded a bit, but it went back up to like a 6 on, so it was pretty good. He's a decent feeder. He was in Rage, so obviously he was good enough for Rage. Yeah, we'll put him right there. Doesn't really matter where we put him on in the average. Everybody on here's average. I mean, high average is like touching good though, but you know. Next we have Raise Ben or Purple Ben. Well, Ben was right next to Pug. All right, next we have Paradox Raven, the other Raven, who was a main feeder.
He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good at the time. I'm gonna put him like right above Dark. Next we have Paradox Purple. Now he is going in good. And he is actually a good ass feeder. Next we have Paradox, or was he in Paradox Ruse?
Yeah.
Paradox Ruse. He's good. Yeah, pretty good trick shotter. Where would we put him? Like above Pax? Haven't seen too many clips from him. Like probably had some unreleased clips, but from what I've seen, I think he's good. Next we have Surge, Raise Surge, or Viper, Raise Viper, not Vipers, but Viper. He was not that good. Who's this guy again?
What the fuck?
This absolute splooge on the fucking.
Yeah.
The next we have a Wabba Laba 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 clone. I think he's better than Opinity. I will say he's right next to Thunder. I don't think he's that good. Adversity Wabba Laba. What is his name? Whatever. Let's just move on. Next we have Samsara Biggie. I'm pretty sure Samsara was Biggie's only team. Biggie was pretty good, but he had a cheating scandal, so I have no idea which clips were cheated and not, because he cheated back in like around the time all of his clips were, so I don't know if all of his clips were cheated or not. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to put him in pedo.
All right.
Also, he was a pedophile because he dated a 14-year-old girl when he was 18. That's just not okay. Next, you have Rage Flare. Rage Flare is pretty damn good. Will I say he is? Because the thing is, he can actually feed, which a lot of these players can't who are on here. I should have put him on good. I think he's pretty good. Next, we have Rage Solitude. Okay, so this one's hard to rank. I mean, we know he's definitely in good, but I'm going to say he's better than Casey and Hydro. I'm just going to put him here because he can't feed, as far as I'm aware. He has so many unreleased stuff, so I have no idea how good he really is right now, but we know he's good. So I will put Solitude in good. Next we have Simplistic XE. I think Simp is pretty fucking good. I'm gonna say he's around. I think he's. I'm gonna put him right. I'll put him behind Console. Actually, yeah, I'll put him behind Console. He's a good ass feeder. I will say he's definitely a good ass feeder. Yeah, simple as that. All right, so next up we have Paradox Tommy. We already know where he's going. He's a legend. Legend. I think he goes right there. To be honest, I think Petty, just because Tommy quit and Petty didn't, Petty just became better. But I do think Tommy is just definitely up there. He's a legend. He was one of the best Clippers for a while, and still is. I think he's definitely up there. So yeah. Next we have Rage Snowy, and we already know he's good. I would put him right next to Solitude. I think that's fair. They're very similar. They have a lot of luck-based clips. They have some feeds. I think Snowy's a better feeder than Solitude. Snowy's also very consistent, so I actually think I'm gonna say Snowy's better than Solitude. Next we have Paradox Silent. Now he is good. I would say he is like, I'm just gonna put him right here, just be like, cause like I don't know. It's really hard to judge because he's not really a trick shotter. I mean, he had some pretty decent trick shots, but Silent was one of the best feeders, so he's definitely up here. I think he's definitely very good. Next we have Shigenori. He's OG, but he wasn't really that good at clipping. He was good at the game, but that doesn't mean he's good at clipping. So I'm gonna put him next to where did I put Panda? Where did I put Panda? Oh, I put him in average next to the people who didn't feed. I'm gonna put him right next to Panda. I think he was like the Panda of early 2015. All right, Vesp. So Vesp was like the creator of the Mall Bang, so that's like what he's known for, but he wasn't that good as a player. I will say he's not good. I'll put him like above Opinity. I think maybe above Wabba Laba, and you know what? Fuck it. I think he's top of not good. Just because he used like quad feeds and stuff, which obviously weren't standard, but he had some pretty good ass clips as well, so it's pretty hard to judge him. I'm gonna actually put Pump above him, but next we have Shred. Yeah, so he's the M107 Andy, which makes a feed not as good, but he was like, he was
like the most active.
Yeah, he's one of the most active at the time, but where do we rank him? I think right there is probably a good spot for Shred. I think he's...
Fuck it.
I mean, he did have some pretty good clips, though, I'm not gonna lie. And he was good with the M107, but M107 clips are just kind of... I don't know. But he can't knock it. He was good. Next, we have Paradox Dino. So Dino never had an upload on the channel, but he was actually a good feeder. Like, he was pretty fucking good. But just because he didn't have any uploads on the channel, I will put him at the top of average, high C. He was a very good feeder, though. I will admit he was a very good feeder. Next up, we have Vipers XE. Obviously, he's going like... I mean, he's going to go next to like Casey and them. I think Vipers is better than Casey. And I think he's better than Hydro. I'll put him like right there. All right, next up, we have Yuki. Yuki was actually pretty good. I think that he... At the time... See, the thing is, he wasn't as good as Pump. I'll put him like right above Retail. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Actually, I'll say he's better than Vesp as well. I think that's a good spot for him. Actually, no. What am I putting him not good for? And actually, I will put Pump up here. I think that he was like... I would put him right next to Pandas. I think Yuki was actually pretty good at the game. Like, I think it was pretty average. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. Next, we have Syndicate Vortex. So, he's the definition of another very luck-based clipper. I will put him, like, around here, I think. This is probably a good spot, high average, just because he has a lot of insane clips. They're just not very skill-based. So, it's hard to rank that, because it's not really that good. It's just very luck-based, I guess. Next we have Syrup, and we already know he's going like up here. Solid clipper. I mean, mainly luck-based, but he could also feed. I will say he's better than Glitch. I'll put him right behind Silent. I think he's definitely up there. He just really couldn't feed that much. He was mainly just a luck-based clipper, but overall, he was very good. Next, we have CO or J Meep. I think J Meep is pretty average. He's mainly an editor though, but I think he has some pretty decent clips. I'll put him right next to A Dinker, and I mean, it really doesn't matter where I put them on average if they're like in between. The only thing that really matters is like the very high average. So a lot of this doesn't really change. Next, we have TLXE. He was actually pretty damn good at the time. I will put him in average. I'm just going to put him like right behind. Actually, I'll put him right next to Tweemite. I think that's pretty good. At the time, he was actually very good. I just think he was average though. Next, we have the original Apex Ghost, not Elo. This guy at the time was good, but overall his clips don't really hold up, and I will put him I'll put him right behind Dave. Next, we have Rage Zakiak. Now, this guy is definitely pretty good. He's definitely up here next to Disc, and like all of these people. I'll put him right here. I think he's high average. Zakiak, he's definitely good. He's definitely up there. He's pretty good. All right, next up we have Rage Zera. Obviously he is going like he's going up here. He is like the only other clipper besides me. Well, and then some other people can do it, like triples, that can do everything. They're good at feeding, good at trick shotting, and have good luck. So there's not many of them. He's definitely one of the best clippers of all time, and I don't think anybody can argue with that. He's definitely up there. Next we have Zeos, and Zeos was actually pretty good at the time. I'm gonna put him right above Rage Paradox Raven. I think he was pretty damn good at the time, and he's a good map designer for Phantom Forces now. But for clipping, he was pretty good too. Next we have Smalls. I don't think Smalls was in any teams, but he was very underrated, and I think that just because he doesn't have many clips anymore, we're gonna have to put him like, I'm gonna put him right here in average, but he was definitely pretty good and he had a lot of potential. Next we have Zay Awesome or X Awesome. I call him Zay Awesome. Another one of these luck-based clippers. I'm gonna just put him right next to Jules, just because yes, you have very good luck and you're one of those luck-based clippers. Fuck you, X Awesome. Fuck you. Next we have Treo Axie or Axie, or Treo, whatever you want to call him, and he really wasn't a clipper. He had decent clips though, so I'm gonna put him just right behind Mud and not good. Next we have Fog. Well, we already know Fog is gonna be, well, he's gonna be around here. I'm gonna put Fog right in front of Vipers and top good. I don't think he's very good. Fog, he was good. He was just like Syrup, but a little worse in my opinion. So I'm just gonna put him in good. Yeah, that's Fog. Next we have Paradox Shadow. Now Shadow was, I'm just gonna put him right behind Waveshine. I think Shadow was pretty good back in 2015, but just over the time he just kind of just didn't have that many clips. Next we have Paradox Soars. Another guy that just didn't have many clips. I'm gonna put him right behind Marco. In average, I think he's bottom average. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's that good either. Next we have Rage Sounds. Sounds is definitely going up here, and very good. People might disagree with me, but I think Sounds is another guy that can do it all. He's a good trick shotter, good feeder, really good feeder, very good at the game. I think I'm gonna put him right there. I'm actually gonna put him above Glitch. Now, if you do disagree with me, fuck you. Next we have Sin Spec. This guy's actually pretty decent. I'm gonna put him around like where these guys are. I'm gonna put him just above. I'm gonna put him. I'm just gonna put him like right behind Jules. I think he's top average. I think he's pretty good though. Next we have Spino. Don't really like what this guy's doing with his channel now, but this guy was pretty fucking good. I'm gonna put him like top average. I think Spino was definitely really good. Actually, I'm gonna consider him pretty fucking good actually. I think Spino is definitely really good at the game. He's also good at Valorant. I'm gonna put him up here. and good. I think he definitely deserves to be. He's definitely pretty fucking good. Next, we have Paradox Steel, Zunagi. This guy was also really good. I'm gonna put him, I guess like right above. I'm gonna put him like right behind Constel. I think that's a good spot for him. I think that's a good spot for Paradox Steel. I think he's good. Next we have Rage Swaga. Now this guy's also good. I think he's definitely good. I think he's better than Flare. I think he's right behind Foe. I think that's probably a good spot for Rage Swaga. He's definitely a good clipper. Next we have Hypo, another guy that's also I think a good clipper. I think he's better than Pax. I don't think he's better than Swaga though. I think he was super overrated, but and I do think Paradox Red and Malik were better than him, and Sky, but I do think he's a good clipper. Next we have Synox. Obviously this guy's going up here. Probably the most insane luck ever. I'm going to put him above Fog and top good. I don't think he's a good feeder. He can't really do it all, but he probably has the best luck ever. Next we have Milo Woofy. Now this guy had like that one insane night on. He was kind of just an average clipper though. I mean, he had some pretty good clips, but I'm just going to put him in average right next to Tweemite. I think he was just a pretty average clipper, though he did have some pretty insane clips. Next we have SynXC. This guy is definitely going in good. I think he is better than... I think Sin is pretty fucking insane. I'm going to actually say that he's right behind Constel next to Paradox Steel. I think SynXC he's also in Paradox. He's good. I think he's good. So next we have Immortal Xenoshi. I think he's just one of these guys that's just luck based as fuck. I will put him like right above Krusty, maybe above Dom. I don't know. Just around this, it doesn't really matter where I put him. Next we have Wasteful XE. I think Wasteful is like top average. I think he is. I like his clips. I'm going to put him right behind Xenoshi. I think Wasteful is pretty good, but I don't think he's that insane. Not really that many feeds, and stuff like that, so yeah. Next we have Rage Venetic, which I'm going to put him right above... Actually, I'm going to put him right behind Syrup. I do think he's very good. He has a lot of clips. He can feed, he can do it all, but he also just has very good luck, and he's a very good trick shotter. So I'm going to put him up there. Yeah. Next we have Paradox Sinon. Now Paradox Sinon is good. I do think she was good at the game. I'm gonna put her right in front of Hypo. I think that's probably a good spot for Sinon. She was pretty good. Not bad. Next we have Tior. I think Tior is just pretty average. I'm just gonna throw him in average. I don't really care where I'm put him. I'm just gonna throw him in there. Next we have Rage Tofarfi. Oh, Tofarfi was pretty good. I'm gonna consider him like a little bit better than Flare. I'll put him right there. I think that's good. Xeon, Banshee Xeon, he was actually pretty decent. I'm just gonna throw him an average. I don't really care where I place him. I'm getting lazy with this. Next we have Awakened Toko, another guy that was very similar to Xeon. I'm gonna throw him an average. I think he's average. True Noob, another guy that's average. Throw him in there. Tycho. Let's look at Tycho. I think Tico or Tycho is pretty average. I think he's going, just throw him an average somewhere. Think he's not bad though. He's not bad. He's just average clipper. Rage Typical is also an average clipper. I do think he's pretty high average though. I think he's very underrated. I'm going to put him right behind Comrade. I think him and Comrade are very similar. I think he's pretty fucking good though. He's not bad. And last but not least, we're saving the best for last. Paradox Blizzard. Oh my god, what? Paradox Blizzard. He is not that good of a clipper, but I will say you know what? We're going to put him top of average for respect. Just for respect on Blizzard's name. I don't think he's necessarily good. But I do think, I would say he's definitely high average. He's a decent feeder, decent at the game. So, yeah, he's definitely decent. He's the king of decent. Alright, and that leaves us to the finale of who is the best and who is the worst. So first, we're going to start off with the worst, all these people in bad here, and we're going to pick who is the worst Clipper out of all these Clippers on here. Now, there's been other Clippers, but these are people that have at least one clip that meets standard. That's how I judged it. So, yeah, these people are at least, they're good enough to classify as a Clipper. But how bad are they? I'm actually going to have to pick Chaos for the worst Clipper. This guy was in purple. He had some decent clips that classified as clips, but he was very bad. I mean, he didn't last long, and clearly he wasn't good enough to be a Clipper. And I think that he was the all-time worst Clipper that has hit a clip that I can classify as a clip, and enough to classify as a Clipper. I think he was the worst Clipper. And now we have the best. Now this is my opinion. Who is the best? Now, in my opinion, I'm going to have to say Rage Sarah is the best Clipper of all time. Him and I have very similar shit. He is a little bit better trick shot than me. I'm a better feeder, blah, blah, blah. But he can do it all. And that's how you have, that is the definition of a good Clipper, is if you can do it all. And he could do it all greatly. He's the best at doing it all. That's why I think Rage Zera is the best Clipper. He's very consistent, has a fuck ton of clips, some of the most in the community, and he can do it all. That's why I think he is the best Clipper of all time. And that means right here is the list. A lot of Clippers. There's over 200 Clippers in this list. So yeah, let me know if you agree with this list, and also in the description I'll put the tier list link I'll put the link to the tier list in the description, so you guys can actually do this tier list on your own and see, who you think is the best and who you think is the worst. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, peace.